Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Where in the world is Omar? It's 12 o'clock. It's midnight. It's midnight. We literally went over this.
All right. Welcome into Midnight Run with AA Anthony Alford. This is Omar Claussell, your fill-in host.
Omar. Where are you? It's midnight.
What do you mean?
Bro.
What do you mean? Eli, what do you mean? Bro, what are you talking about? It's midnight. I thought that's what the show was about. We're running at midnight, right?
An hour run long show.
No? All right. Well, I'll be back in a snap.
All right.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Omar Claussell Jr. This is Midnight Run with AA Anthony Alford. I'm your fill-in host for the night. Yeah, that's right. You're stuck with me. About to be a good night. How's everybody's Friday doing out there? Just came back from a little run. Cold out there, guys. A little rainy, too. Coming up on the show, we got some Cavs talk for you. We'll go over again just what the hell they need to do to turn things around here for Game 3. We got a little WWE talk as well. I'm sure Anthony will enjoy that. Same with Kyle. I'll give my thoughts on basically the state of what's going on over there and kind of my thoughts on it. And then we'll end the show with some Browns. So yeah, I got a jam-packed one for you. Hope you guys are ready. Just some little bit of cleanup and tidy things I want to, hammer out real quick. I am starting a morning show here on the Inside Edge Network. It is called The Morning Show, the Inside Edge Morning Show with Omar Claussell Jr. We'll basically just be talking a little bit of, what we already do here on the network. I'll give my thoughts on, the current sports landscape here in Cleveland. We'll talk some entertainment. We'll talk some music. We'll talk some mental health for sure. Yeah, and maybe even some local politics we'll dabble in. So, we just got it all here for you. All right, Eli. I want to bring you in here. Want to talk some Cavs here a little bit. You recently had an interview with Spencer Davies.
Yes.
I know we just talked last night Cavs post game. What do you feel? What do you feel like you got the most out of that conversation with Spencer? Like, how has anything changed since that conversation?
Um, Honestly, Omar, that's a great question, and I appreciate Spencer for the time. If you missed the interview, it's out on all of our socials at Inside Edge Net. Great conversation, and to your point, yeah, there's a lot to take in there, right? I have some questions going in. I think Spencer helped answer them. Donovan Mitchell's health, or what's going on with Don, and just the rotations and everything, right? And I think the big thing that stood out to me was, if you really think about it, Omar, this team has not had an off day, multiple off days, in quite a long time. And Spencer touched on that during the interview, but I know we can be hard on these Cavaliers, and I'm especially hard on these Cavaliers when it comes to the loss. I mean, go watch postgame with you, me, and Chad Bryant. Yesterday I was very upset. But you look at the time off and the lack thereof for the Cavaliers. They're going up against a Knicks team that has had, days off between these series and now have had a long stretch before the Cavaliers go to Madison Square Garden and have what happens happen. So I think that's the biggest thing that stood out to me, Omar. I guess optimism's in the air, right? They got game 3 tomorrow. I'll have post game with TK Dandridge here on the network, but I'm a little worried because they aren't going to get any more consecutive off days. It's every other day, and that's something that stands out to me, especially with Donovan's health. Where is he at? Spencer alluded, hey, is this Donovan at, full strength or not full strength? So those are the things that stood out to me. But I really Spencer hammered home the point that you had brought up, we've talked about on the network, that the bigs got to get involved. Jared Allen, you got to get him involved. Evan Mobley, you got to get him involved. And they got to run the pick and roll. They are so consistent with this pick and roll. And unfortunately, they've gone away from it when it's worked. I mean, Evan Mobley had 3 shot attempts, 3 threes, nails 2 of them, and then he doesn't shoot another basket after a little bit under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. That's unacceptable.
Absolutely ridiculous. And I want to talk about, everybody's talking about how the Cavs haven't had a day off. If you win games, you'll get days off.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're about it, right? And that's another problem with this team, man. There's no fire, right? There's no drive. There's no passion. There's nobody on the team to really bring that fire,
Yeah.
I mean, you have Jared Allen coming out and talking about, this whole playoffs, they've had their back up against the wall, and, they want to bring the heat for game 3 at home, but, like, I don't feel it. I haven't felt it from this team all year. How about load management, right? Why is Donovan playing so much earlier in the season? Why aren't we resting him? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, you wonder, right? Load management is a big discussion in the NBA, and who knows what the Cavaliers' thoughts were. You can factor in the core 4, you can factor in the fact that the big Harden trade and the fact they only played 7 games together before the playoffs, but none of that truly matters. And I talked about that yesterday on the post game. I talked about that even with AA, here on Midnight Run. And I've had this conversation about, this team has to understand that this is like it for them. If they don't get it together, if they don't string together 2 wins here in Cleveland and make this a best of 3 series and potentially another game 7. And luckily so far they're 2-0 in those. But if they can muster out some hope, sure. We talk about a different tune, singing a different tune. The NBA Finals changes everything. But if they fall flat on their face, Homer, and the way they're going right now, it's looking that way. They already got the shoelaces untied and they're starting to stumble. I just don't know how you run this team back. I don't know how you look at Donovan, how you look at James Harden and say, you know what, we want you here for the foreseeable future. The big talk was going into the season and heated up at the trade deadline and all throughout the season. Is Donovan going to want to be here? Is he going to want to be in New York? Whereas at this point, Donovan can go play any other franchise if he doesn't get it done here in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it starts with him. It ends with him. And that's what it ultimately is about. And it doesn't have to end with him in terms of him scoring 45 points, 48 points, 50 points, whatever. Just do what has got you success. What happened literally 3 games ago? Donovan Mitchell in Game 7. The most consistent passing performance I've seen out of Donovan Mitchell.
You have to
play
the wealth. Complementary basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pass the rock. You have to find the players that are open and passing the ball.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You have to score points. Like, we were so bad with, just scoring in general last game. The threes were atrocious. Like, if the shots fall for game 3, then we're great, right? If they don't, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's just only darkness, right? You can't feel the fire with this Caps team. You cannot do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just wonder, right? Well, what's going through their minds? I actually asked Spencer during the interview, is this Cavs team feeling that pressure that this could be the last ride for this team if they don't get it done? And, Spencer, to his point, he brought up that this team is probably the most emotionless team when it comes to being in the Eastern Conference Finals. And to Spencer's point, he mentioned that could be a good thing. It could also be a bad thing if you're too laid back, if you're too relaxed. And it kind of feels like that's where the Cavaliers are at. But you think about how stoic they've been. They've never thrown anybody under the bus. Where's the fire? Like, where is, instead of Kenny Atkinson defending James Harden after a pitiful game 1 performance, we were calling him the best isolation defender on the team. We're talking about how he got us here. And I mean, to a point, sure, he did provide some big baskets in some crucial games. I mean, we'll never forget some of those home games where, game 3, I believe it was against Detroit, where he had some crucial baskets in the late in the game to lift the Cavaliers at home. You think of those moments, sure, but to tie yourself, if you're Kenny Atkinson, to James Harden is crazy. I mean, it is crazy, Omar. That's like buying the same lottery ticket every day crazy. Like, okay, maybe try it once or twice, sure, but it's not going to always hit for you. And that's kind of like what James Harden is in the postseason. I just don't know where they go from here. If this is really how it ends, if they come at home and they're flat and that's it.
Yeah, I really don't know. And I asked, Chad and yourself last night, if we think about it, right? You go back to when we signed James, right? Would you rather have James Harden? You already know what he is. He's a playoff choker. You're every finals you're going to have a game where James Harden gets exposed. Would you rather have that right now, or would you rather have LeBron James?
Yeah, and I guess that's the question, right? And we'll have plenty of time to dive into it. I just think with the Cavaliers, it's not a one player fix all type of situation. I feel like it's a mess that they're going to have a lot of unraveling to do this offseason, Omar, if they lose this playoff series against the New York Knicks. I don't think it's just, okay, we'll trade Evan Mobley for Giannis and everything's solved, or we'll bring LeBron in via free agency, we're solved. And I understand your sentiment. Yes, 1,000 times yes, I would take LeBron James in over James Harden, right? And if that was viable at the option, at the deadline, if the Cavaliers had an option, then, shame on them. Now, luckily, no reports have come out, so I'll give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt there, right? But you think about LeBron, you think about Giannis, you think about, I've talked about Jaylen Brown in Boston. I think that he is probably on his last days as a Boston Celtic. Think about some of these guys, right? I think you're going to have to bring in multiple of these guys. I keep saying on the network, I think this is going to be a complete retool, not a rebuild. Very clear on that. Rebuild is when you tear it all down. We're drafting in the top 10 every year again. We are trying to figure out who's the next Kyrie or the next Darius Garland we can attach to for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, whatever.
Yeah, but are we just prolonging the inevitable right now?
I think they can retool, Omar. I truly think they can retool because I think they have enough assets between the core 3 at this point, Harden Island, as Kyle Cornell and Unfiltered likes to call them. I think we have enough assets where you can get creative. It's a big if, right? We're playing the if game, but that's what we do sometimes. If LeBron gets here via free agency, okay, that's a big move. No doubt about it. Whether it's his last run or 2, 3, whatever, it's a great move. No doubt about it. But then you look at the other pieces, right? What do you do with James Harden? Brian Windhorst from ESPN is talking about signing James Harden. The Cavaliers, not him, but the Cavaliers signing a multi-year extension for James Harden. I think that's absurd. But those talks go out the window if the Cavaliers keep playing the way they're playing. I think you look at, letting James Harden walk, depending on what the option looks like. I got to take a look at the option. I think I want to say it's a team or player option for James Harden. So I'd imagine he opts in, but then the Cavaliers going to explore different options there. But then you look at the other two, Omar, right? To your point, Donovan Mitchell, the leader of this team, and you look at Jared Allen as well. And Double A asked me a very loaded question yesterday at Midnight Run near the end of the show. And I kind of still been sitting on it, right? I answered it and I said Jared Allen would be the number one option I would keep out of the core 4. Like if I had to keep one guy, it's him because he's played big in big performances, big games for the Cavaliers and saved them from elimination twice now. And the fact that I think with LeBron in here, Giannis in here, there's a lot of more spacing for Jared Allen to be a traditional big man. We don't have traditional big men in the NBA for the most part anymore. Jared Allen, one of the last few, and I think
Last of a dying breed.
Yes, and I think a shakeup, Omar, back to you. But, I think a shakeup could help this Cavaliers team. You don't have to rebuild it. I think everybody gets scared if everybody, we talk about trading Donovan, we talk about trading Allen, we talk about Mobley, whatever, that it's a rebuild. No. I don't think we're going back to Christian Iyenga days, at least not yet. I just think they could definitely retool. And if you look at Dan Gilbert, he's an owner that wants to win, right? You see how passionate he is. Do you think he's okay with them playing the way they are in New York right now?
Of course not. Yeah, he hates all of this.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, you wonder. It's crazy, right? You look at all this with the Cavaliers. Now, granted, to Spencer's point, in the interview he spoke with me, he said, the Cavaliers come back and take care of business at home like they've been pretty good at for the most part. Only one loss at home this postseason, and that's Game 6 against Detroit, which still leaves a lot of people baffled. And to Spencer's point, again, he had a lot of good points. But he mentioned that would have been the ticket for the Cavaliers to get some days off, especially in between this series coming back to Cleveland. There would have been a nice stretch there, but that's not the case. There's a lot to be answered here with the Cavaliers, right? Do you feel comfortable that they can win both games in Cleveland and then make it a best of 3 series? Forget the finals for a moment. Forget about what they look like against OKC and San Antonio, whoever comes out of that series. OKC getting the win again, so they're up 2-1 now. But forget about that for a moment, Omar. I just want to get there, right? And if that's the 07 mindset, if that's the, okay, we got there with Eric Snow and Ira Newble and all those guys, and we knew we were doing the victory march very quickly into the sound of silence, because Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker, they schooled those guys. Hey, I got to tell you real quick too. I was at the watch party in 07 when they started really starting those watch parties up. I was in Gund Arena at the time, or maybe it was Quicken Loans, and we were celebrating. But nonetheless, I'd be okay with an 07 ass whooping, if that makes sense. I'd be okay with it. If they get there, I'm not going to sit here and be up in arms about them having to tear this entire team up. I will still want to move, and I don't think you bring James Harden back, but I'm not going to be as up in arms unless they get absolutely embarrassed here in the next few games against the New York Knicks.
Yeah, no. If they get there, this team is not winning against. They're not. OKC and San Antonio are just too good, right? But it would be nice. It would be nice to be in the finals again. Yes. It would actually make me happy.
That's what I'm saying, man. And you think about that.
So doom and gloom and cursed.
Yeah, buddy, cursed indeed. Yeah, we got some things to talk about later on. I'm glad you're in the saddle, man. On the saddle, in the saddle. That's a network discussion right now. What is it, in the saddle or on the saddle?
I'm pretty sure Steven Tyler says, "I'm back in the saddle again."
That's right, pal. And you know what? You're the second person, Chad Bryan. I know you were out running, apparently. Yeah, you saw from the intro. I don't know what got into you. But Chad Bryan mentioned on primetime Steven Tyler and on the saddle. So I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. 2-2 in favor of Eli Moon and Kyle Cornell. If you're listening, my brother, that means we are up 2-0, just like the New York Knicks on the Cavaliers right now. And not a great thing for Cleveland, but I just feel like, call me the optimist. Call me the optimist. Shots got to fall, right? They shot so poor from 3, from the floor. The bench has been pretty bad, Omar. Max Strus has been playing pretty poorly.
You can't get any worse. You can't get any worse than game 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't. So we're at home. You rely on your role players. You feed them the rock. You let them go, right?
Yeah.
If it's not falling, then get them out of there.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate you watching the F-Bombs. I try to watch them at Midnight Run. Mama Alford's watching, Double A's mama. It's her birthday weekend. We wish her a happy birthday, and we try to watch our tone here a little bit every now and then because she's listening. You know what? And my mom's probably listening too. And Mama Moon will let me know about it in the morning, Omar. Mama Moon. So
that's right.
My goodness. No, I'm happy you're getting your feet wet, man. And you've been across the network here. Just pull the curtain back for a minute. I'm excited. This is going to be different for you, though, because you will probably need to be asleep at this point in time when you start doing the morning show.
Yeah, probably. Knowing us, we don't get any sleep. So
we sure don't. We sure don't, bud. But no, I think it's going to be interesting with those Cavaliers, right? Game 2 tomorrow. We got it here on the Inside Edge Net. Like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net. It'll be TK Dandridge and myself. We'll be rocking and rolling, having that post game. I hope I get to see a smiling TK. I hope TK's in a good mood and we're just jamming and we're like, dude, guess what? We get to talk about a win.
We really need to feel good
Yes.
right now.
Yes,
It's Friday. We need to feel good. Well, it's Saturday now. Oh,
yeah,
crap.
technically it is Saturday, 20
right.
minutes in.
When we come back, we'll be breaking down the WWE. And, you know, we are really cursed here in Cleveland. Thanks, Danhausen. We'll be right back.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me, Papa Moon, your host of Real Talk with Papa Moon on the Inside Edge Network. Join me this Saturday as I sit down with my buddy Jamie, all the way from New Mexico, and he shares his story with you and me. So, 5 p.m. Saturday, I'll see you there. Stay real, stay kind, and remember, every voice matters. Love you guys.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day, Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
I do have a special mission I've been sent on, and that is for the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, to let them know that they are cursed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's right. We are cursed. Welcome back to Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. I am Omar Claussell, filling in here. I want to talk a little bit about the WWE and the state of it right now. I wouldn't be remiss, it's Double A's show, right? So I have to talk a little bit about wrestling. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Danhausen, you just saw him, right? He cursed the Cavs. Hopefully Game 3 we'll kind of snap that curse. But if not, we just might be. But Danhausen, number 2 in merch sales right now, WWE. He seems like the only thing really that they have going for him right now. It was really hard for me to get excited for WrestleMania. I kind of had to force myself to sit and watch clips. I talk almost every night with Eli, and we sit and we kind of go through things, and we come up with better storylines usually. I'm sure most people do. But I look at the state of it right now. It's just the commercialization is just so in your face. It's so prevalent. You're watching WrestleMania and you see the general randomly like trying to sell you car insurance. Like, I'm so tired of everybody trying to shill and trying to sell their products. Inside Edge Net, check it out. We have great merch. Yeah, it takes away from what we're there to see, which is great matches. And I didn't watch it tonight, but SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown, it really feels like an afterthought right now. Losing that extra hour, the show just completely feels lifeless. You have, some newcomers from NXT trying to break through, and they just don't have the time or the opportunity to on SmackDown. So Gunther, right? He had that great match with Seth Rollins. But other than that, I mean, he's been off of television, right? Gunther's at his best when he's the ring general. He's in the ring. He's in front of you and on television, right? And outside of that, Rhodes and Gunther, there's really nothing on SmackDown to get me excited. Like, why are we even brand split anymore? I hear that coming up a lot from fans. Do the WWE think about reunifying the title? And listen, you got people coming on from Raw. They get no pop on SmackDown. It's a sad state right now. And I want to bring it back to Gunther, because like after retiring Cena and Styles, they've just kind of been so unfocused, all right. So I talked about SmackDown. I'll just keep it short and sweet for Raw. You put the title on Liv Morgan and she's not really doing anything, not at all. Like you have this great talent and she just they don't care. They don't care. It really feels like they just don't care. Speaking of not caring, PLEs, right? You got the spacing is absolutely atrocious, right? You go from basically nothing for 6 weeks to 3 shows in the span of 4 weeks. Tomorrow is Saturday Night Main Event, and it's 7 days before the next one, and I'm pretty sure it's in Italy, right? Yeah, there's no momentum for it. The build is non-existent, and it's really hurting the product. It really is, because you don't know what's happening. It's like I've been watching a lot of AAA lately, just simply because it's more exciting. I really feel the build there, and I feel like the storylines just make more sense. You know, it's actually enjoyable to watch, and the wrestling's really great too. But for the WWE, man, it's really hard to get excited about what's happening right now because you just had all these recent cuts. Like Kofi's gone. Kofi Kingston is gone. And you have to feel for some of the wrestlers backstage, just like, how do you even get excited when, you know, somebody who you thought was a lifer is just gone, you know? I really, really can't stand where we are right now. I will say, though, Danhausen, they have something with him. You know, he's got that. He's got that it factor. He's got that charisma. He's number 2 in sales. He's got it. Just don't mess it up. You have your golden goose right there. Just don't mess it up. Ugh. I'm so tired. I love the bloodline. I'm so tired of them trying to kind of rehash. Like, WWE has a track record with rehash segments and, you know, things that come up in storylines. And I don't know where they go from here. Like, a lot of the cuts were most of the bloodline guys. So unless you're going to tighten that thing up and make it somewhat more focused, like, I don't know what you do. And quite frankly, I'd rather go see Mr. Iguana. I really would. It's just so exhausting trying to sit here and, you know, give my thoughts on where we are right now. And maybe we get it with Obafemi. You gotta hope so. The guy's great. He's a superstar. Brock coming out to unretire and, you know, giving him a bunch of F5s or whatever, that's going to be great. I don't really know why Brock retired in the first place, but, you know, here we are. So yeah, if I had to basically sum this down, cut back on the advertising, space out your PLEs, right? And actually get into the meat and potatoes of these storylines, because they're just so scatterbrained right now. I feel like there's just too much going on and nobody knows what the hell's happening. It's like, I do explain to Eli yesterday about Penta and that whole thing, because he doesn't watch AAA like I do, and he doesn't know what's going on with that belt and how important it is to AAA. And that's a problem. When Eli, who follows wrestling and he talks wrestling and he knows wrestling more than I do, doesn't know what the hell's going on. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about the Browns. Yeah, that's right. More stress. More friggin' stress. But yeah, I'll see you on the other side.
Hey guys, what a show today on Unfiltered. Talked about a lot of stuff, including the issues with the Parma School Board. Plus, did you see that crazy situation involving in that school out in Toledo? Kindergarten graduation, the fight, that was insane. Great talk with Jake Underwood too. Make sure you guys check out the episode. We will be back on Monday, a special Memorial Day edition at 5 o'clock here of Unfiltered on the Inside Edge Network. Where are the Cavs? What do they do Saturday? We'll get keys to the game for Monday night and Game 4. All that on the way on your Memorial Day. We will see you then.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
An influencer like he is, but he's even cut down on a lot of that. It's about all business. So to me, I think the great part about it is Coach Prime, he talked to me about 20 minutes about just football, and you could tell the level of competitiveness he has. He's like, man, we excited. We excited. I'm gonna tell you what, grown gonna do his thing. Grown gonna go out here and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? All that other bull jive they was talking. Grown, he ready to go. He ready. And I said, all right, Coach, we ready to see it. And I think the exciting part about this is, and you know me, I come from a football background. I call it the Hunger Games.
Right.
Listen, one person is fighting for his career, and that's Deshaun Watson. The last time we seen him, it wasn't nice. He got the injuries, he got the shoulder. He's fighting for his career to stay in this league. Shedeur Sanders, he's fighting for the opportunity to get rid of that stigma, to continue to show that he is a franchise quarterback, and to put that on tape in a consistent manner. And you got a new head coach, and he don't got no picks. He come in talking. Todd Monken don't care nothing about what they was talking about before. And now you got those guys in the same room battling it out. To me, you're going to get the best version of Deshaun Watson. You're probably going to get the best version of Shedeur Sanders, and that's all you can ask for in a quarterback.
That's right. That is all you can ask for in a quarterback battle. That was G. Bush there with Anthony Alford. This is Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, Omar Claussell filling in. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a nasty battle here coming up in a few months here in training camp. I'm pretty upset with this whole Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders battle myself. I am so sick of Deshaun Watson. I hate his guts, and I don't care for him, right? If Monken makes this messy and we have to switch quarterbacks, let's say game 4, game 5 of the season, it's not going to be pretty, guys. It really is not going to be pretty. Eli, can you play that Todd Monken clip for me?
And that he still wants to be an elite player after all he's been through in the last couple of years.
Oh, I think it's really cool. I know I've said that like 5 times today, but like, here's a guy that really, at this point, has made plenty of money. I think we all know that, right? He's had plenty of success and has had disappointment, in his career. A number of things he couldn't control from an injury standpoint. But to come back and want to battle, want to further his career and change the narrative, I think it's really cool.
Do you feel like
You want to come in and change the narrative? You should have did that when you first joined the team. The narrative's there. It's already written. And when Todd comes out and says things like that, I don't feel good about this. I don't. Deshaun tore his Achilles twice. Twice. You're going to run him out there to go get destroyed? Then what? We're switching quarterbacks anyway? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I feel like this team they're not going anywhere. Hey, Coach. Coach, where's Myles Garrett at? Can you tell me? I don't know. I mean, I live in Wadsworth. I know he's around here. Have you seen him, Todd?
I'm not.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Myles?
Yeah.
No.
Some of those.
Absolutely clueless. The best defensive player in the league last year. I haven't talked to him once. Like what are we doing? What's our priorities here? This team is a mess. If you think they're going anywhere this year, you're fooling yourself. I think they're going 3-14. Straight up. I think this team's only winning 3 games this year. You know why? Because there's so many eligible quarterbacks in the 2027 draft. And Jimmy is a big Manning fan. Okay? All right. Let me read you this list, right? You got a lot of guys who can come out and be the potential number 1. You got CJ Carr from Notre Dame, Julian Sand from Ohio State, Arch Manning, Marcel Reed, Darian Mensah, CJ Bailey, Gunnar Stockton, Drew Messmaker. Like, you have all these guys who are eligible next year. We're taking a quarterback next year. Todd's going to get his guy because he ain't here. The fact that he's going to Deshaun Watson, I don't care how he looks. He was a starter in this league of course he's going to look great. It's practice until he actually steps on the grass and throws a freaking pass. This is all just talk. It's nothing. Because this team is going nowhere. If you don't see it, you're blind. You got the best defensive player in the league. You haven't talked to him. There's a reason why Myles wanted Schwartz. And if you think Todd Monken is going to get the most out of this defense? Better than Jim did? Because I don't. I think these Browns are regressing. And you can sit here and like to pretend like you don't see it, but I do. Ugh. You're out here throwing interceptions at practice. Yeah, Todd, we're throwing interceptions at practice because we don't have a number one receiver. Jerry Jeudy cannot run back to the ball to save his life. Yeah, we're coming into this season with 2 rookie wide receivers. We don't know what they are. Why didn't we get a guy that actually knows how to be a number one instead of a guy who drops easy passes? Can't hang in there and catch a ball. I talked earlier about toughness, right? Jerry Jeudy is the softest number one wide receiver we have ever had. Well, maybe close to Dwayne Bowe. He's soft. These Browns, man. These Browns. I can't deal with it. I can't. If Shedeur Sanders isn't QB1 to start the season, it's over. I think that's your only hope to win this. Our schedule is super easy. We have the easiest schedule in terms of strength of the schedule. It was right there for us. But we didn't make the right moves. I mean, sure, we shored up the offensive line. We drafted 2, receivers. We, drafted a lineman. I don't think it's enough. I really don't. And if you do, you might want to rethink some things in your life. Being completely loyal to a sports team that hasn't won anything ever, just blind faith and loyalty is, you got to look in the mirror. Every year we hype ourselves up. Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Oh, they look so great on paper. Wait until they see the field. The problems are still going to be there. We don't know who our quarterback is. We don't have a wide receiver 1. Miles isn't happy. That sounds like a lot of dysfunction to me. All right. So, to wrap this up, 3-14 Browns. That's all I see for you. You want to prove me wrong? Please do it. Jerry Jeudy, you want to prove me wrong? Please. I'd love to see it. But you haven't shown me diddly squat since you joined the squad. Deshaun Watson, you haven't shown me a lick of anything since you joined the Browns. You've only taken our money. Ugh. And now we have to look forward to, potentially getting Arch Manning here, right? Because he's a Manning. Jimmy loves the Mannings. It's all right there. This team is going to lose this year. We're going to get a quarterback. I think it's probably going to be Arch. And we're right back where we were. So unless this team makes some moves next offseason, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere for a while because of Deshaun Watson and his stupid contract. Jimmy just making stupid decisions. I can't do it. Take your blood pressure pills because you're going to need them. Rough season. It's coming. All right. I want to thank you guys for joining. I know I've been a little long-winded here. It really means a lot to me to be on this network and to have the opportunity to fill in for Anthony. We go way back. We worked together for a long time, and he's a great guy. I hope you're enjoying your vacation, buddy. You really need it. Yeah, it's a real honor for me to be here. And I'm going to give it all I got. You know? I'm going to give it all I got. There's nothing else to do, you know? Make sure you check out InsideEdge Net. Our website is great. You can find more information about our shows, Midnight Run, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, Conversations with Eli Moon, Papa Moon, his podcast. I was just on there last weekend. Make sure you catch his new episode coming out Saturday. But yeah. Also, check out Primetime with Chad Bryan and Eli Moon. They do great stuff there. I was with those guys last night covering the Cavs. And make sure you check out Eli and TK tomorrow night for Game 3, reaction and everything like that. They'll be in with you right down to the last 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure. So make sure you check them out. Also, my show, The Morning Show with Omar Claussell on InsideEdge Network, that will start June 1st. We'll be going Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 Eastern. Make sure you check it out. We're going to have a lot of cool segments, a lot of cool stuff. We're going to be talking about sports, entertainment, everything like that. So make sure you check us out there June 1st. And we're also going to be starting a World Cup show, right? So I'll probably touch on it a little bit here and there, just because I have a daily show. But we'll have a dedicated show just specifically for soccer and talking World Cup. So make sure you stay tuned in. Make sure you stay locked in with us. We got a lot of great stuff coming for you. This network is only getting bigger. Check us out. On all the social media, TikTok, X, IG, YouTube, Facebook, we're everywhere. All right. Not just one place. So make sure you check us out. Well, it's been fun. I want to thank y'all for sticking with me. My first time filling in for Double A. It's been great. It's been great. I'm just glad I didn't have to run the entire time. All right. I'll check you guys out later. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on the other side. Have a good night.